Aloha no kako. Thank you so much for tuning into another episode with me, the Keoni Alvarez Creative Hub. Today I'm going to be sharing with you some basic tips of how to be a better interviewer. But before we get started, I wanted to share with you that it's very important that when a person commits and they're going to share their story with you, that you treat their story as precious as an egg, like it's delicate and very special. And when the person that you're interviewing feels this, they're going to know that you genuinely care about them, you care about their story, and that their story is in good hands. So now I want to share with you several helpful tips that you need to know in order to become a better interviewer. Number 13, research. Research is very important. Make sure you research about the subject that you're going to be asking questions about and also the person that you're going to be interviewing. It will be very embarrassing for you to show up to an interview to not be prepared about the subject matter and about the person. And when you do this, it shows that you're very, very unprofessional. Number 12, you also want to make sure that you have supplies to be prepared. Whether it's going to be a pen, a notepad, to take some notes on side questions that you might ask to include within the interview. Number 11, it is also important that before your talent comes to your set, make sure that you prepare the framing of how you're going to interview a person before the person comes. It's always great when talent arrives and you're ready and prepared to record their interview. Number 10, lighting is also important. It makes your talent look great. You want to make sure that your lighting adjustments is all pre-arranged before your talent gets onto the set. You want to make sure that the person that you're interviewing, when they are on set, you're ready and prepared to record their interview. Number 9, audio. You want to make sure that you do a test audio before your talent arrives onto your set. It's very important. Whether you're indoors or outdoors, you want to make sure that there will be no interference of background noise when you're recording your talent. In addition to that, it is very important that you use headphones. By using headphones, you're going to be able to sift out indoor or outdoor interference sounds, which will help you to have better audio quality. Number 8, so make sure that when you show up to an interview, you dress the part. Make sure that you use something casual or formal to help an interviewer feel that their story is important. Some tips is make sure that your shirt is ironed, make sure that you're using something presentable or casual formal, make sure your hair is done or combed. So by dressing the part and looking the part, it's going to show to your talent that you're prepared, you're organized, and that you are a professional. Number 7, always make your talent feel comfortable. And by doing that, you can show hospitality, you can do some small little talk before you start the interview, you can always smile. Just a simple smile causes a person to relax and feel comfortable about the subject matter that is so important to them. Number 6, water. Water is a great icebreaker. And water always helps because whenever you're doing an interview and a person is speaking, water always soothes the throat. It helps people to relax. And this is a way that it also helps your talent to kind of reset before the next question. So it's always very important that you offer your talent water before the interview. Number 5, another tip that I want to share with you is never give interview questions in advance to your talent. And the reasoning behind that, it will make it a more natural conversation for you and then also for your viewers. Number 4, during an interview, how many questions should you ask your talent? And how much time do you have? Well, I just want to sum it up for you is that every 10 questions that you may ask your talent, it's about an hour. So this gives you a little guide of how many questions that you should ask within an hour. Number 3, always pay attention. It shows respect to the person that you're interviewing. by you looking off into the sunset or at the lake or at the foreground and not really paying attention to your talent shows a disrespect. So I always suggest to you is that whenever someone's sharing their story, you see eye to eye. You look in their eyes and also you nod. Just by listening and nodding to the person's conversation, it shows that you're really engaged in their topic, and by doing this, they're going to give you a better story. Number 2, you always want to ask open-ended questions. It's a great technique. You never want to ask somebody what is your favorite color. Your talent is just going to say blue. So rather than them giving you a simple single answer, rephrase your question to ask them, what is your favorite color and why do you like that color? And what this does, it helps the person that you're interviewing to expand on the topic that they're talking about. Number 1, and the very last tip that I want to offer you is at the very ending of your interview, you're going to ask the last question. And what is the last question? Is you're going to ask the person, you're going to ask your talent if there's anything that they would like to add or any last thoughts that they would like to add to the interview. And in many cases and many interviews that I've done, I realized that this last question, and in most times, it makes the cut of the film. I hope the information that I provided for you will be very helpful in your own personal projects. But always remember, treat everyone with aloha and respect. My name is Keoni Kealoha Alvarez from Hawaii. Ahui ho!